Hi everyone. Sorry that this week's recording from school did not make me record the sharing. So I'm not sure if it happened before, but I was pointed out this time. So I'm going to make a quick recording of what I want to say. And I'm probably going to just keep doing that and put it on YouTube for the rest of the semester. What I wanted to talk about today or this week is let me do the sharing here. Wanted to briefly point out the pro tips again that I put in there, because what we're doing now, we're working our way towards the test. And so as you work your way through these videos, and then you get some pro study tips. We have the cadaver videos. Those are a file folder that I created that's on Dropbox, but I also put all the individual videos behind the muscles down in here. So, just go through this for that part. I think that should be sufficient. But then here we have this muscle flashcard, pictures for flashcards. And if you click on that, you get to this picture here, this file or document. And this document has all the muscles that we're studying, and probably even some more, that you can label or color or cut out and make flashcards with it. But it gives you basically labeling tools, which is really important, because whatever we can do to do retrieval exercises with, to look for the name of the things we're trying to learn, the more it will be stuck in our brain. And so these are good exercises for that. The other thing that I have here for the study tool is also a muscle chart that I made at some point for myself, actually, where I list all the origins, insertions, and the actions. So the attachment sites to the bones, and then the actions of the muscles. And I group them with different functions together. And so that way, for me, it's easy to look it up. It's consolidating information helps me make it be less overwhelming. And so that's what I did with that. And so I figured I'll share that with you too, because maybe that'll be helpful. The second thing I want to share with you is the test. The test is opening Friday on the 8th, morning, in the beginning of the morning, or no, midnight, basically. And then it closes on Tuesday at midnight. You can take it one time. It's 54 fill in the blank questions. You have not 90 minutes, you have 120 minutes. I give you 120 minutes. Let me make sure about that. Sorry about that. Yes, yeah, I give you 120 minutes. We'll go through that. But I want you guys to be prepared for that test as much as possible. And so I want to make sure you know a few things for sure. And the thing is, the test is basically fill in the blank. You have pictures. I point to structures on a picture, and make a little video about it, and then you tell me what that is. And all the terms that you need to know are the terms that we've been listing in the lab exercises, and I consolidated them on this term list right here. See, there's a term list with all the terms on it. So if you can, you should print that out. And I put it where I put that is, if you go to the modules on test 2, you have a review section there. Come on, it's a little slow with making a video. Sorry about that. Here I have a test 2, and then you have a review section. If you click on that, you get to these tabs that show you, like here, it shows you an anatomy term list, and then it shows you videos, and it shows you pictures of models. So if you click on the anatomy term list, then that's what you get. And so that's will be good for you to print out. If you have problem with getting that, make sure you just prompt to me, and I can, send you a link. And then the second thing you have there is videos. And so these review videos are great too, because I just basically go through all the terms on the list, and I use models that I use on the test. And I show you the test in a moment. And then the last thing that I have there is the pictures of models. If you click here, you're going to get to this part here. And I like this too, because these are pictures of all the models that I use on the test. And so I may not have all the terms are visible on those models, but I try to do as good as I can. Well, I made the pictures actually before I thought of what I was going to do with them. So some of them are not quite fully there. But if you print that out and you label all the pictures on the list, all the labels on the list on here, then you're really in good shape, because that's what I do on the test. Sorry about that. So let me show you how the test really goes, because that's, I think, very important for you guys. So it's a 2-hour test. So I give you a lot of time. It's a open book test. So you don't need to worry about memorizing everything. You just need to be able to apply it. And so that's what's very important, I think, to know, because it's a lot of stuff to memorize. And so I give you the first question. So this is actually the way the test is. The first question, it asks you, look, it says here, name this landmark. And so what you get is you get a picture with a label that points to a landmark or to a bone or to a muscle. I ask 3 things. I ask either a bone, which is the whole structure. A bone, like here, will be the frontal bone, will be this whole structure, and I will say, name this bone. Or I say landmark, name these landmarks, and that's a part of the bone, so that's a smaller part of the bone. And that here is the glabella. Aha, you give you a point right here. And so after the picture, I then also make a video, and I show on the video, what this is. So it's kind of like I walk around in the classroom and I point out to it, but I do it on a video. And so, and then the other thing you have here is you have links. You have a picture link and you have a video link also, in case that the internet is a little goofy or whatever's going on. And then what you do is you take the list that we looked at, this term list here, and you go and you say, oh, look at that. Here we go. It's not the bone. He's asked for a landmark. So there's the landmarks. The bone is the first, the big structure, and then the landmarks underneath it. It's the glabella. So he's looking for the glabella. And then what you do is you copy the term glabella right in here and you type it in. And then that's your answer for that. And then you keep going. And so I ask you for either a bone, a landmark, or the other thing I can ask you for a muscle. As we get further in, obviously I have muscles. I do not ask you for origin, insertion, or action. I just ask you to tell me what muscle I'm pointing to. And so keep that in mind when you take the test. So the test is really not a memorization test. It's more like an application test. Good. And so then that will be that. And so lastly, what I want to do is I want to, oh, somebody's texting me. I want to go through week 8, since this is the last week in this kind of topic. So what we do here is we do, again, a video section with also the bullet points of what the material is, and then some application. We have the questionnaires that we do. We only 10 questions on this one, so that's pretty good. Work your way through that. And then, and again, make sure you can take this multiple times. So you want to get all the point value here. So that gives you sort of, points that might be harder to attain in other formats. And then the lab section, we have more coloring, more labeling, and more answering the questions. Please make sure you answer the questions. And then this week, we're going to also get us ready for the dissection part. So we have a few organs we dissect. We have a sheep heart, a brain, a kidney, and a cow eye that the school gives us to dissect. So what we need to do is we need to pick up the dissection kit. And so I want you to go to school, and hopefully you can do it this week. I've spaced out last week, the window is these weeks. These 2 weeks, and so it finishes Friday. I'm sure we can do something in case, but if you can make it, please do so. And so what I need you to go is I need to go to the campus. I need to go to Science 119 between 8 and 3, Monday through Friday, and this week, and there pick up a kit, dissection kit for Dr. Muehlinghaus, which is just our class, just say our class. And this is the lab tech is the main lab tech is Alexandra von Stade. And she is going to help us there, most likely, to pick up these kits. And then the second thing, what you need to do is you need to buy a dissection kit. So the scalpel stuff is that part, and the scissors and so forth. If you don't need to buy it if you have one, but if you don't, I found one at Amazon that I like, that I ordered. That's like $18, and I made a link right here that you can just click on it, and it gets you to that kit. And so then what I need you to do, once you've done all those two things, pick up the organ kit and then pick up or order the dissection kit. I need you to give me wherever it says, give me a reply in a textbook and say, I picked up the stuff, and then I know you're doing it, and then I can give you credit for it. And then I know next week we can start dissecting. Next week we'll start with the heart after we do the test. All right, good. I think that's all I have to say. We don't need to keep it longer, but if you have any questions, please prompt me, reach out to me. I'll try to be in touch as well as I can. Thank you. Have a good one. Take care. Bye-bye.